New frontiers of discovery expand our understanding, from the tiny atom to the majesty of outer space. Mysteries long tolerated are closer than ever to revealing their deepest secrets beyond what we can easily see. You will choose how to use this knowledge and push back the greatest darkness we have yet faced. Be kind, Gandhi Bapu, and you will find yourself surrounded by true friends. Keep the Indian people safe, guarding them with magnificent elephant warriors. Your faith will guide you to peace and harmony. Keep your mind open and be the change you want to see in the world.
How you pronounce it? Or, I'm sorry, no. Brussels. That forest resource used to be mine. Not sure how that happened. But now I don't have any horses. I mean, not that I need them now, but I don't know. Maybe I do. Is that a prerequisite to have a name? Have a horse resource? No. Okay. Oil. So, give me a second here before I hit next turn. I'm just looking. Alright, so, yeah, so we've got barbarians around Athens.
Yep.
And I was about to, so I think you were still going after Barcelos or something, and I was going to stay down there and pound on those barbarians with you until they were finished, and then I was gonna prepare to go against and take those three Macedonian ones and finish them off. While you were gonna go after Barcelos, I think, and Tony was taking Samos or someone. Tony, you did see that. There's actually Ephesus up there too, right? Yeah. Yeah. We could figure out why you were making one way out here instead of I didn't see that one until after I started attacking Samos. Yeah, that's what we were thinking. Alright. Yeah. So I said I was gonna change my focus to start looking at Macedonia. Got three cities right here in front of me. There's still the Mayan princess there. Yeah, but we'll just, all we'll have to do there, well, maybe, I don't know, because we're not on the same team. Normally what we would have had to have done was just take her capital. And the game would be over, but we're not on the same team now. So, yeah, we may all three just have to go after her at the same time or something. After we clear out like all the other cities or something, you know. And just figure out who's going to attack where so that we're not climbing over the top of each other or something. I don't think that's going to be an issue. Well, don't plan it out, it will be.
I'm just gonna try to grab these three that are in my bed, four that are in my bed.
Yeah, I mean, that'll work, but I mean, if we have to take her completely out at some point, yeah, we'll have to plan it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alexander wants horse money. Alright. Get some out. I can definitely tell that my sound is coming out of these laptop speakers, which are actually quite good speakers, as opposed to normally they're coming out of my monitor, which is not very good speakers.
Yeah.
They're much nicer quality of sound than I'm normally used to.
I had to get rid of my JBL.
What's JBL?
I had to get rid of them.
What is it?
What's that?
What is that? A speaker?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Why'd you have to get rid of them?
The last time you were complaining that they were too loud, they just whipped the shit out of that.
Did they? Yeah, there was something weird. But I thought that was your Bose earbuds or something.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Yeah, well, I remember it. Whatever it was really loud.
Yeah. I didn't blow them, but they didn't work after that. So I've had this Tailtronic probably like a week now. It's not bad for $50 or $40. It's a bar as opposed to separate speakers. It's not bad. I missed the JBL though. I just didn't want to spend almost $500 on computer speakers.
So we're at turn 283. So we've got, 47 turns left.
Yep.
Yeah. My promise is broken. I didn't promise you anything. fire. Mine just says, please wait. What are we waiting on?
My turn's not over yet.
What?
I haven't completed my turn yet.
Oh, was it okay? I thought I could see if it was, no, it went just now. I think it was just, I think I'm about a half behind you guys. Well, so the Mayan is demanding stuff now, demanding money from me. I'm not going to talk any smack to her, but I'm refusing her. Valerie, that down there in Australia, there's a newly formed barbarian.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm gonna have to deal with it pretty soon.
Either of you guys need any money to trade? I need to trade my amenities up, so I need to trade for a luxury item. What do you? You guys want to trade a luxury item for like 10 a turn or something?
Yeah, I'm alright with that.
Yeah. All right, I'll see for both of those in. So make the deal. Stellar has silver. I don't have silver. There, I'll just push that one. And then Tony. Hopefully that'll help me. College. Kind of crap is buying anti-airgun.
Yeah. You'd think you'd be able to if you can with almost everything else.
Right. not next turn, but maybe in 2 turns I'll go after him. I got those 3 cities up there in my corner, so I should be able to put him out of his misery.
Yeah.
Put him out of my misery. Focus up there. Just another week for me. I decided to go ahead and at least apply for that job working for the one we call the Dragon Lady. I will see what it's like. I talked to one of the other fellows that works for her, and he says she's not as bad as she used to be, so I don't know. Japanese, they don't really think anybody's on their level.
That's pretty much true.
Yeah, Skyler works for a Japanese company now. I work for two, and they just don't think anybody else is on their level.
It takes a lot of effort to get them to make an effort to talk to you every day.
Yeah, exactly. And when they do, it's very directive.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they don't.
And honestly, I don't find that they offer very much either. Like,
Yeah.
in speeches, I can't tell you how many times at the two Japanese companies I worked for that the biggest thing was like, we must do this. And you're sitting there going, yeah, we all know that. You know what I mean? Like, they're just stating the obvious. Like, we must work to get this done on time. And you're like, yeah, no kidding, Sherlock. I mean,
Yeah. They're
stating it doesn't. You're not offering any new information.
their language construction is completely weird compared to ours. So when they bring something up, they never bring it up again in that conversation. So if they lead with "we've got to get this done," they expect to not have to say it again.
Yeah. And another thing, one of the two Japanese companies that I worked for, they weren't really arrogant about it. It was just they were just direct, and I'm okay with that. But the second one was very arrogant about it. But they really think they're the master race. That's just the Japanese, not Chinese. That's just the Japanese.
Yeah, they're really. I don't know. They're not so bad. It's just they come off a little bit weird because they don't socialize unless they already know you. They'll socialize then, but they keep to themselves.
Yeah, I mean, that was my experience with the first one, but the second one, they were not. I mean, they truly thought they were better. I mean, I was the engineering manager, the head of the certificate department, and the daggum translator one night. Once a week we had a 7 o'clock call with Japan, and I'm talking with people in Japan, So the translator, she was one of 3 translators we had. Her whole job was nothing more than just to translate. Basically, she's a secretary most of the time. But she translates. So here I am, a manager of an engineering department. Anyway, I was reporting the status of the project, and it had 3 or 4 different tools getting built at the same time, and 3 or 4 in Japan. And so it's all got to be coordinated together and all that. And I had already talked to the equipment builders, and they were running behind schedule, and so basically I'd already reported to the American die shops that were making the dies that they could have an extra 2 weeks because the equipment builders were about 3 weeks behind schedule. No way to make it up. So basically, you'd have an extra. I gave them 2 weeks, even though they really had an extra 3 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was reporting to the Japanese that night that they could have another couple of weeks as well because the tools they're making. Also, you can make the tools to get the parts, but we're not going to use them for 3 weeks later than what we had thought, right? And before I had not turned. Well, no, I'd already told my thing, and then they got to their tool status, and they reported that they were on schedule, and then somebody spoke up and said, we need to reduce the timeline. Reduce it. And I've already said, we're not even going to meet it, let alone reduce it, And so I told her, I had not yet told my side about extending it, right? So then I told her my side, that this and this shop are running behind, and so we're not going to be able to reduce the timeline. We're going to have to extend the timeline. And she said, I'm not going to tell them that.
She's not.
I said, Sesku, I think was her name. I said, Sesku, you need to translate that. That's the facts. The equipment builder can't do anything any faster, and they are going to take an extra 3 weeks. So we tell them we cannot reduce the timeline. We're going to have to extend the timeline. She said, no, they don't want that. I won't tell them that. And I said, Sesku, I'm the engineering manager, and you're the translator.
Yeah.
Translate what I said. And she said, no, I won't do it. And I got right with her. I said, look, your job is to translate. Do your dang job and translate what I said. And so she did. And of course, then we discussed it a little bit. And then, like, the next day, like, the vice president, basically the plant manager, but the vice president there at our facility called me into his office. He's like, he didn't like that I talked to her that way. And I said, dude, what is her job? It's to translate. She told me no twice, that she wouldn't translate what I was saying. Her job is not to tell me how to do my job, it's to translate. I said, if it was you, in the hierarchy, you're at a higher, superior level to me. She is not. She's a secretary. He just shook his head and seemed like it was okay, but then, like, later on, my American boss, his counterpart, came to me and said he got his butt chewed out. They didn't like that an American spoke to Japanese.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she was not doing her job. She was refusing to do her job. And that really was the point right there where I started thinking, I don't want to be here long term. If that translator secretary is considered higher than me, then, they're too, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, I guess racist, I suppose, right? There's no long-term whatever for me here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because, they are considering that, and I didn't yell at her or anything. I just simply said, translate what I said. Even if they're not going to like it, they're not thinking she's saying it. They know I'm saying it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. It's not like she would be in trouble for translating what I said. She just didn't want to because, it's a culture thing that an inferior cannot tell a superior something that he doesn't want to hear. And my point is, just tell the facts, whatever the facts are,
Right.
And that's not their culture, and that's where I was going with this whole thing. It's much more prevalent in Chinese than it is in Japanese. It's that way in Japanese, but it's even more prevalent in Chinese that a inferior doesn't tell a superior anything even negative. Like they don't even want to hear the negative. And it's so opposite of our culture, right? Tell us the facts. Facts are facts. No, they don't even want you to tell them a fact like that.
The president at the Chinese Takahata, he's got a really bad habit of being that way to the CEO. He actually visited, and if it wasn't for the Japanese warning me ahead of time that he exaggerates things, I would not have had a clue to not tell him, everything. But I was lucky enough that they warned me ahead of time, that he would take whatever he was told and exaggerate it a little bit and make it really bad. And one thing too, all of the Japanese that I've worked with and that I've talked to, they have at least understood enough English that we haven't had to fool with the translator, or they could understand Google Translate enough that it was okay. But they do have to have a translator when they go over to Japan from here. Not many of the people here are patient enough to try to figure it out.
Yeah. What was I thinking too? I don't remember now. Just that whole negative, the whole, don't tell me anything negative, kind of thing bugs me, because I'm just I just try to be factual. I mean, I don't even, I can't, I don't even kiss butt. Like, at work, there's so many people that just, like, go out of their way to impress and all that, and I just, like, I don't care about that, I mean, I just don't care. And then to not even, be able to tell, like, the facts,
It costs more money that way at the bottom line. Not telling it like it is.
Yeah, it really does. But like, I mean, it's just so worse in China too, and they just, that's why actually she has such a high reputation, in our company, because the way Chinese are, I mean, she literally just doesn't say, she doesn't care what she's asking, like, might cause you to work late, or, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, she doesn't consider the effects on you. She just she's got I need you to drop everything and fly to Pittsburgh tonight. I mean, like, an American might actually, say, we'll go tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't care. She just, so, like, the people that are impressed, like our upper executives, they see it that she's a strong manager, that she gets it done. She gets it done because she doesn't care what she's asking, how it impinges on anybody's personal life, She just,
Mm-hmm.
she just says, she just, like, literally just says it, And it's just our culture. I mean, she doesn't care about the burden it might cause someone. Alright, next turn I'm gonna go after Alexander. And I'm not holding that against her, I'm just saying that's just how it is. But she gets perceived as the one who, like someone who gets it done.
Yeah.
It's not even that she does, it's just she just lays it on people without any care about what kind of problem it causes the person, to drop everything. And, I don't find her to be a great manager at all. She's just pushy, which I guess that's a positive trait, get it done, but. The first one I worked for was so traditional They didn't even allow pencils in the plant, only 2 pens.
Wow.
We
Pencils people can erase.
yeah,
They believe you should show your mistakes, not hide your mistakes. So.
which isn't really bad, but it's not that great either.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's not, like I said, the first one I liked. It was different, but they weren't hateful, they weren't arrogant, they were just different, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they did not want like a fancy presentation. They just wanted a flip chart, and you did it with an ink pen. So if you made a mistake, you could see it on the chart.
Yeah.
They felt, you know, like technologically, you don't need to waste time making a nice presentation or anything. You can just do it on a flip chart. And again, I liked it there. It was challenging. I worked a lot of hours. So I did get rewarded quite a bit with raises and stuff. Okay, I'm thinking I'm going to go to war with you.
Just bully.
I know it.
Lady Six Sky hates that I passed her up in culture and she's trying to buy my great works from me. I definitely told her no. There's Farsalos.
Cool. So the only thing that's left on Greece is Ephesus, right?
Yeah,
That it?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I went ahead and called it off against her, and I made her cede all those cities that we just took, or that I took.
Cool. Cool. did round 1 with Chalkidiki and Alexandria.
Tini troppo auxessis tensenar.
You guys ever notice you're gonna teleport more than once to go to the same spot?
No?
I have if I've already clicked next turn and then I change my mind.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you click next turn, then you gotta... I click the circle again down at the bottom to undo the next turn.
Yeah. That's the only time I've noticed it though. I think.
Now, sometimes if I'm moving my mouse and I move it to the square and then let go, they don't go.
Oh yeah.
Like if I'm already there and then I tell them to go, like after I'm already there, they'll go immediately. But if I'm starting way over here, drag my right mouse button's already clicked, and then I drag it over there, they might not go when I let go. That's what you mean. I don't know.
No, I was saying I clicked the arrow. Click on the last key,
Oh, I don't do the arrow.
and you can see like how many turns it'll take to get there. It's in black,
Mhm.
and then when the next turn goes, like they don't move. They just sit there.
Huh.
As if they didn't receive an order to move. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't use the arrow, so I use the right mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not using a conventional mouse. I'm using a touch, a mouse pad. Because I accidentally tapped or double tapped and
Mhm.
moved the unit to an area that I didn't want it. I just wanted to select the unit. It ended up picking up my name, so I stopped. Well, Skylar, since you're up here, or where are you? Where's your troops? Did you take them all back?
They're all sitting around Farsalos, and for the most part they're heading towards Alexandria there at the top.
No.
But I can turn them around because it's a small.
No. I was just wondering where they were because I was gonna start going after Mayan here.
Oh yeah.
Mayan Empire.
Have you,
Look at my base.
have you already took Ephesus?
It's gonna be dead next turn.
Oh, okay.
always making great writer and actors trying to defend their borders are going to be open in the following years, buddy. He's offering to open his borders. The possibility.
Gorgo is gone.
Capital Alexandria is not going to be lasting much longer.
Looks like it might have one more turn. Oh, there it was.
They didn't last. That city, yes or no? Of course. I'm keeping that there.
How are you warning me about it? Don't you only have one city left? Doesn't Macedonia only have like one city left?
Yep.
He sent me a warning.
Epic Monkey, thanks for the follow. Welcome to Civ 6. As exciting as that is.
You know, the more I think about it, the more certain I am that even if we beat Lake Sky, we're not on the same team, so, you know.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We're against each other, technically.
We're doing a domination victory this time. I think it's the only rule the host has set up. So even though I lead in culture and I'm probably pretty close in science, let me actually look at that. It'll have to be domination, and I'm leading in that too, but not by a whole lot. There's probably not enough turns left to take out the Mayan Empire, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway. Have you played the other Civilization games? Besides this one, what do you think about it? It's pretty good. I usually don't go domination. It kind of goes that way anyway, because the AI on higher difficulties is a little aggressive. But usually I like to do religion quite a bit, because that's what's actually making me the #1 in domination this time, is purchasing those military units with faith. You just about can't beat that. Science, yeah. I played Civ 2 whenever I was a kid, and I still prefer it to most of the newer ones, but this one's pretty good. 5 was okay. I don't even remember if I played 4. I don't think so. This one's good. 5 is good, but the one they made on alien planets, Civilization Beyond, or I don't know, whatever it was called, that one was pretty darn interesting. Yeah, science, you're right. Science is the way to go if you've got some good production. Yeah. I like religion. Culture's a little difficult. I can't make it happen most of the time. But I do like the concept of the religion and the culture victories. And tourism, like, I don't completely understand the tourism thing in this game yet, but slowly working on it. I've got a 3,500 turn single player game started. That's I haven't streamed it yet. It's just getting started. Turns, yeah, right. It doesn't even matter. We'll just let that one go. This game, I think it was the last stream I did on this game. I actually found the production queue, and that's been pretty nice. As many cities as the 3 players have now. It's kind of been really awesome to not have to fool with it for a while. Seaside resorts. Okay, so you have to burn through culture until you get to seaside resorts, and then place them in really high appeal coastal areas, and hope that does it. That's probably not something I would enjoy very much. Now, religion, I like it. It's a whole different.
So, remember I told you that the
Yeah, I forget about the queue quite a bit too. Yeah, like up here in Chennai. Totally forgot about the queue. I could have just set up some small stuff.
Remember it said it upgrades to another queue?
No, remember I told Jay it doesn't because I can build both of them at the same time.
It does, because I just made it a submarine.
Oh, so, yeah. Well, we were talking about the boats. The battleship or the galley or frigate or something.
No,
Does the tourism system earn you money also, or is it like just for culture victory? Like, I wouldn't want to do it if it was just culture. But if it's earning gold too, maybe maybe okay.
Galley or a frigate or the others, and I said no. I can
Also,
build
you have
both
to
of those at
excuse
same
the
time.
other
But not
people
at that time
talking.
I had both of them. You know, like
We're
I
in
could
a
build a privateer, or I could
we're in a
build
three-way call. My dad is friend to me. We play.
You know what I'm saying?
We were playing
But-
Command and
but I
Conquer,
didn't know that it upgraded to a
and they got tired of it, so
submarine.
we swapped to Civilization.
It makes sense though, because remember, I looked it up. It couldn't be seen by anybody unless it was adjacent to it. So it was like a pirate ship. You know, they fly the other flags. So basically, it doesn't look like an enemy.
Yeah.
Nyt
That makes
te
sense
se
because
kihe
that's the same thing as a submarine, right? You can't see it unless it's adjacent to it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you get tourists either, but I don't have any resorts yet in this game, and it's got to be the Great Works. I've got a few of those. I don't specifically know which ones or where they came from or when I got them, but let's do the queue this time. I do have some, and I haven't done anything specific for the tourism, so it has to be the Great Works, and that hasn't earned me any money as far as I know. Which is unfortunate, because that would be really cool. It would make it worth it. It'd make it worth trying for, in my opinion. We're on domination victory this time, but I still went faith. And pretty well dominated most of the world with it. That theocracy, I think it is. In my mind, that's the way to go if you can get your religion and get your faith up there pretty quick. I had like 5,000 faith when we started this war between Macedonia and Greece and ourselves. Every turn, at least one unit in all the close cities. So 2 or 3 cities, I was purchasing a unit with faith, and to me that's free because I'm not using it for anything else like gold. They do have it set. I can't remember if my dad or his friend is the host this time, but they have it set on domination only, and I kind of like the threat of other victories the AI could pursue, because there are some who just don't. Their personality isn't warlike. France is one of those. They don't. They won't play domination victory. They still play culture and spies and things like that, and so I like to leave it open, but I guess they like to close those avenues. So I'm gonna, since we eliminated Macedonia, I'm gonna start moving down towards, for these last 34 turns, towards Lady Six Sky.
Yeah. I'm already moving my stuff. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in from Lahore side, just a little south of Lahore. I mean, because Lahore's on my suzerain status anyway, so I'm gonna launch my land units from Lahore.
Okay.
I'm gonna put them in Lahore's, new side of the border, and launch at, I guess, El Mirador, and I can bring my battleships around underneath it, so I'm going to try, my first attack's going to be there, I guess. I don't know where you were thinking about attacking. I assumed it was in Carthage, since you've got cities there that are close. But
Yeah, I've got Carthage is probably where I'll start, and that Yakchalon, I don't know how you say that.
yeah.
I might take that one just for the harbor they've got, and the encampment that borders Uxmal.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go for El Mirador, and then I'll probably move on.
You should definitely try the faith sometime.
I'm thinking I will probably decide at
The
that
only thing
point,
I got to
because
say is
they don't
theocracy
really
all
have
the
a
way.
coastal city
I've got
way
all the
down
governments unlocked, I
south they
think,
go to.
but theocracy I stayed with it for the
And
military
that kind of
units.
stinks for me. So I don't know. Probably, I'm guessing I might be able to take a couple of ships and to call.
Yeah.
So after El Mirador, if I win that battle, of course, I'll probably move on down to Call. It's not really a coastal city, but I think I can still swing it. And then I would work down to Yokir and swing on around the tip and go around that way, I guess. Assuming I win. I'm telling you, her cities are going to be pretty tough, I think.
Yeah, they definitely will be. Alexandria was a 12, and that wasn't so bad whenever you attacked it. But they're all 12s down through here, almost. And her capital's a 28. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's just the size. Look at the strength, 118.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the top. Warning me about my troops being on her border, and I guess it's there in Lahore.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to telling her what move them, but I'm not. So.
I definitely kind of like domination because it's fun to steamroll the enemy sometimes, but I'm that way too. I like leaving it open. It's more challenging if there's a threat of something else taking that victory away. This one, we could win if we had the turns, and as long as I maintain number 1 on the domination chart, it'd be okay. But let's see, my thing didn't scroll. Nobody has nukes yet. I just recently got done with the research for it, for nuclear something or other. I don't remember. It's been a few turns. But no one has it yet. I'm to the point where I'm doing aerodromes and airports and things like that, and I think everybody else is pretty close. I know. Hold on, let me see who's playing who. The Scythian Empire. That one's my dad. He loves the bombers. So, like here, he's probably going to be working on aircraft and bombers. It's going to be a tough fight. Lady Six Sky, she has beat us in technology for sure. But if we had nukes, this would be a lot better. Oh, 48 turns. No. Let's do gold. We'll do gold. Oh yeah, the Navy is what wins it. My dad's actually got some, I think, battleships somewhere around through here. I don't see them right offhand. Yeah, there they are.
So how far away are y'all
So
from,
battleships, what is it, frigate before that? Most of the time, that's how we win, the frigates, because they last through the technology for so long. Stealth bombers, yeah, absolutely stealth bombers.
I don't know,
The aircraft carriers is a good idea. That's most of my games don't last long enough for me to get that far, and I think really I don't push science enough to research it. Lady Six Sky did nothing but science. She was doing nanotechnology and chemistry with things I'm doing now, like 100 turns ago. Maybe that might be a slight exaggeration. Scythia is really good. I actually like Scythia. Some of their bonuses are great, and for the early tech, Gandhi has been amazing. That's what I'm playing now. The Varu, the Elephant Warriors, super good benefits. Plus, I don't know, what else do I get? The Stepwell. Okay, so that was a really good one. Housing is something I tend to struggle with on a lot of my cities until I get the neighborhood. So Stepwell is really good, and I actually planned on doing Faith this time. So Gandhi was the perfect. It's actually kind of funny, a little bit ironic, playing Gandhi on domination, but absolutely works. Absolutely works with theocracy.
That's actually good for us. Barbarians spawn right
Also, the Stepwell, I don't know if you can read it. Yeah, it's kind of visible. The Stepwell kind of upgrades itself as technology goes. I'm past the Varu now, tech-wise. They don't really stand up to the tech that we're all at in the world, but for a very long time, God, that's loud. For a very long time, really good units.
I'm not even sure I have the capability. I need to go look, I guess.
Let's see here. Faith. Sparta. Sparta needs amenities, but they don't have enough people.
Is Alexander dead yet?
Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah.
Which part of the city management do you struggle with? I let it do it on its own just because I'm lazy, but my dad, he likes to place his people and yeah, okay. Amenities are hard for me to keep up with most of the time. But I get limited, just like Sparta up here. Only 4 citizens. I need 7 for that entertainment complex. Athens, after I took it over, was spawning barbarians left and right. Because the entertainment complex and the occupation. Moved my units to the wrong place.
What?
I moved my units to the wrong place. A couple of them got there early, and I want that big city on the coast on the right side first. Carthage really needs an airport. I need to be working on that. A lot of turns. Crap. Oh, call just ended for some reason. We're waiting on personnel in the call with, so... Oh, I just seen a bunch of stuff move. Wow, thank you very much. I'm actually a little bit surprised. Like, I personally, I would consider this game a terrible choice for streaming. I appreciate that. Actually, you're the first person that has tipped. That's even more impressive. I'm a new streamer also. I don't think I mentioned that part. Wow. Howdy.
Hey, I didn't realize I lost it.
I wasn't sure if it was my phone, 'cause you can never tell here.
No, I think it was me. Let me merge Tony back in here.
Okay. Ooh,
That should be
amenities.
merged. Alright.
Yeah.
Wow, they founded a new city right there. My units were right on the border, and they founded it and pushed it back.
Yeah, just to push them out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with theocracy and not change my government.
What?
I just had a government change, and I'm gonna stay with theocracy. Instead of changing it.
I went with fast. I've never tried that. All combat unit game plus 5 combat strength. 20 production on units. Bonus 20% production bonus on unit. Yeah, we're big on war, I guess. But you know, theocracy with Skylar having as much faith income as he had, I'd probably stick with theocracy too if I had that much faith income.
Oh yeah.
How much is yours, Skylar?
260.
Your faith?
Yeah, per turn. So I got like 2,300 to spend. Yeah. Before we started against Gorgo and Macedonia, I think I had like 6,000.
Oh my god. Yeah. You're spending on tanks and stuff. Yeah, if I had that kind of faith, I would stick with theocracy because, yeah, you can. definitely, use that to purchase units. Yeah, overrun.
I agree with that too. The hard to keep people interested. Um, I was actually just talking to my dad. He was like, "So what's your gimmick?" And I realized that a lot of people actually need something like that. But I have a brain, so we'll stick with socializing as my trick or my gimmick.
My money is
And Civ is a hard one to stream. You can narrate your turns all day long, but there's not that much happening in 330 turns, especially when your teammates, love having somebody to play with, but especially when your teammates take like 10 minutes to make a turn because of micromanaging everything. But yeah, I'll come over to your channel and give you a follow and check out what games you play. I'm always interested to know, besides Battle Royale games, I won't do that. But I'm always interested to know what other people like to play, and maybe I'll find something I like out of that. But Destiny 2 by Bungie is always going to be my favorite. That's the number one. No matter how bad they're doing each season, I love it. I'm in love with it. And now it's time to declare war. Really hate to do it, but
jet fighters, and I don't have one anti-aircraft gun or anything. I got a couple of those.
Ma vince che
a big decision right there.
Two things to research to be able to make those. Oh, the one I'm doing plus another one. Oh, the other one after.
Yeah, I've got a big pile of units just eating up my gold income, so I thought, well, I guess it's time.
Yeah. Gotta go for it, I guess. It is only 31 turns till the end.
Yep.
That is true. So, we'll see how it goes.
That is actually a really good tip. It's it's something that I need a different overlay for maybe different games, because in other games I try to make it on things that don't matter because it covers something somewhere. In this one in particular, the map is probably that would be neat to see, I guess, the division of cities, because I've pretty much stayed here in the world. No, Lady Six Sky, you get out of here. But I own all of South America. Like, that's kind of neat, and it looks good on the world map. I've been playing with it a little bit, and I do change it on a couple of games. I'll drag it somewhere else, but I really do. I need to set it up per game, I think, or per type of game. I think I chose the bottom because I was playing some Command & Conquer games, and their map and construction stuff is all on the right side. So bottom left was just open space, I think. I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I need to. Yeah, I appreciate that. If I wasn't so lazy, I would probably have a different one per game already, because that actually sounds like a really good idea. And I use the Streamlabs OBS.
Where you starting your fight at, Tyler?
Do what?
Where did you start fighting?
Oh, directly south of Athens in the Middle East.
Right where Israel's at.
Yeah. I prefer Streamlabs. I looked at OBS because that's the original one, and I think years ago when it came out I started to look at it, but Streamlabs is really nice, and everything they give you for the Prime, the website, that looks really good. All the connections, they make it really easy to set up. I spent 2 weeks learning. My co-streaming partner she wants to do this as a full-time job. So I said, okay, I'll learn it and then be able to teach you how to do it. She almost exclusively plays Destiny. But I do like other games, and I'd like to work on it more and make it look better, but just what I've got is a pretty hefty amount of reading and learning, and I'll try it, and if I like where where it's at, the things on the top I think should be a little smaller, but I haven't done that yet. Let's see here. I'm just gonna choose one. Let's do some production. There we go. Same thing for this one. Calcutta is just kind of sitting there. It's really far away. Also, if you're ever playing the regular Earth map, where I have Calcutta is the absolute wrong place to put it. It should be one tile over, so your Navy could slip through there. But not me. I put it right there, which was a terrible choice. I realized that later, but terrible choice. But next time, the next game we play, if we start another one tonight, that's where it's going.
I guess I'll go ahead since Skylar is. Yeah?
Yeah, I think we'll run out of turns anyway, so ultimately all we gotta do is make sure her domination strength is less than one of us.
Right.
It's kind of like a halfway win, but it's still a win. And it's looking like she's gonna put the pressure on me where my cities are. The scenes is actually what I started with. I need to reorganize it. I've got one that's like untitled and that I was learning with, and then I've got one for the PC and one for the Xbox, which I don't use right now. My capture card whole story with the PC crashing out and I had to rebuild it, and capture card wouldn't fit. I've got, it looks like 6, you know, like the pause and the end and the hey, the stream's about to start, all the neat looking pages, and then the PC, the Xbox. So I need like PC and then Civilization or whatever popular, whatever game is most popular at the time. It took me quite a while to figure it out, though. I'm just talking instead of playing the game too. I think maybe later. I'm off this weekend, and I'm not real sure that I'll be on Civilization anymore this weekend, but maybe I'll just copy the PC one and call it Civilization instead or something like that, and we'll make it look real good. Maybe. You need amenities over here, but I can't do amenities because they are low population. 8 turns for terracotta? Nope. I'm just gonna do gold because we're at war down south and production on the trade. Let's do that. Yeah, I totally agree though. I need a theme for at least the games that I know I'm gonna play maybe this week, and I could totally adjust that. It takes 5 minutes to change your stuff around. Yeah, that's a really good tip. That's something that I need to do and also remember for whenever I'm teaching the streaming. That builder should have been ready a long time ago. Major defeat. Major defeat. Major defeat. And another one. Lady Blue Sky's gonna beat me down. And where's my artillery at? Get down there, guys. Slackers. I want to try that right now, actually. I'll remember it. Sorry for the blank screen. I'll remember it if I... Yeah, okay. Remember it if I actually do it. Okay. So that's easy. Do that, rename it, move it around, problem solved. Yeah. You know, I'm going to have to take these major defeats right here. Terrible. Let's do Singapore. Just because I like to have roads.
Oh, you got a modern armor, huh?
I do, and they're really expensive.
Yeah, they are.
The uranium is ridiculous. It takes 2.
Yeah.
I don't mind that it costs 600 and something faith, or I don't even know how much gold, or 14 turns in my capital to create one. But the uranium, I can only build one every 3 or 4 turns, so it's not like I can steamroll with it.
Yeah, I think if you had a barracks, it might cost only 1.
Yeah.
I think a barracks like only consumes 1 instead of 2 of the standard resources, I think.
I absolutely love Odyssey. Haven't beat it. I get stuck on the side quest, and I want to capture, and you know, it's really fun to do the whole influence in the war a little bit. I get sidetracked on that. And then I end up not getting anything accomplished.
I believe it is for everything.
Love it though. And I love games like, do you remember the old Mercenaries game where you were hunting down the high value targets with, I think they were like playing cards or something like that? I love that concept. So Odyssey really does a good job giving me that without too much work or anything. Now that guy can totally hit that. Oh well, we'll let it stand for now. Ooh, Oxford? I think I've already got that building somewhere. Don't I? Not doing Oxford. Not doing that one. Amenities, though, we will do. Also, I haven't played Rocket League in a few years, but that was probably the most fun I ever had in a game. When it came out, I actually refused to get it. I thought it was kind of dumb, but then I actually played it and love it. Just love it. Oh yeah, Black Flag was probably one of my favorites because of these ships. That was so fun. And I think it was right after Black Flag they announced, what was the one, Skull and Bones, I think, which never came out, and I can't think of the other one, but it's really bad. Thieves, something, I don't know. Sea of Thieves, that's it. I tried that. Hated it. Black Flag set the bar so high. Let's see here.
Those battleships are not effective repair. I need to figure out how to keep it up.
Get rid of that tank right there. Bye-bye. I haven't watched too much. I don't like to watch too many videos on most games. But the things I've seen for the new Assassin's Creed coming out, what, Valhalla or something like that, looks awesome. Can't wait to try that one. Yeah, Skull and Bones. So that was the one. I couldn't remember between that one and Sea of Thieves when they announced them, because I think they announced like within a week of each other. One of them was amazing and one of them was bad, and I couldn't remember, so Sea of Thieves came out and I tried it and it was not good. But Skull and Bones, Skull and Bones should be pretty awesome, especially now that they've had time to see that maybe Sea of Thieves wasn't really good, and they know exactly what not to do. I'm excited. There's a lot of games I'm excited for, but Skull and Bones is going to be one of those. Catch it on sale and love it, probably, for me anyway. Valhalla, you know, Assassin's Creed's a story that I can't follow because it's so long. But I do love the history, like I want to say interior story. The overarching story is not that good to me. It's too long, but I love the historical stories. That guy still can't? Alright, you just stay there, buddy. It's getting interesting now. We're down in the last 29 turns, and Lady 6 guy's gonna be hard to beat. Down there, you've already moved. Repair the theater. Yeah, I forgot to do that. You know, normally I love the futuristic, high-tech, everything like most people don't like. What was the Call of Duty where they were like an inch away from being cyborgs, basically. You had all these implants and really cool stuff to play with. Loved it. The one you were in space doing stuff, super cool, and nobody else likes it. I love high-tech, but that one, I even like the concept of it. Really like the concept, but it's kind of hard for me to. Assassin's Creed's one of those games I spend a month straight playing because I like to explore, and I forget what's happened, and then the next game comes out and I'm behind, so I just can't follow it through the years without playing from number one all over again. And then you reload number one and it's like, oh man, I can't play this, it doesn't look good enough, or the controls are too wacky. Now that's actually something I ran into not that long ago. I tried the first one again, and the controls, I remember specifically, they felt so good back in the day. It was new and it was amazing, and it was top of the line, top notch. And now you go back and it just is not right.
So do you and Jess go riding any now that you're back to work?
Yeah, we were going to the last weekend, I think, but we ended up not, and it's been rainy. It's going to rain here all this weekend, so we probably won't get to then either, but just about any time there's an opportunity for it, yeah, we'll go.
What is it you said you tried? What is the piece of equipment?
Honda Pioneer. It's like a
four-wheeler, side-by-side?
It's like a little side-by-side.
Oh.
Which, interestingly enough, we were changing the oil for it not long ago, and sitting on top of the gas tank was an assembly where most of the parts in the assembly, we made it work.
Oh, really?
So it was kind of cool to see our own parts. And because it's a new vehicle, it was like a 2019 or 20, because it's new, there's a pretty solid chance, like 25% chance that I looked at that part.
Huh.
So I thought that was kind of amazing. I liked it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, Epic Monkey. Also, by the way, I have a deep appreciation for good names, and that's a good one. But my number one is a person that sometimes comes in. Her name is Nasty Sewer Grandma. That's the top one. But I appreciate you stopping by. I have a schedule set up on Twitch, but it varies. Like my weeks alternate. So most of the time, if it's going to be Civ, it is 8:30 Central Time. Wait, no. 8:30 Eastern Time, 7:30 Central. So
because this
Yeah,
is
I'll
for,
check out your stream. I'll follow it so I get the
I like my
notifications. Most of the time when I'm at work is when I'm watching. So, yeah, your times actually fit right into my work schedule too. So, I'll have to drop in and give you a follow and a host. Yeah, that's a good name. So yeah, I'll do that. And definitely appreciate you stopping by and tipping and
battleships ain't doing a whole lot.
talking about Civilization. Actually, I've not known anyone else to talk about it in I don't know how long. Also, this battle right here is terrible. I didn't even touch that city. Pretty much just have to eat it now because I'm in there.
I tell you what, those mechanized infantry are actually pretty tough.
Yeah, they are. The mechanized. They are tough.
Yeah. Behind about El Mirador. Yes. Okay. So my problem is, to go down to Call, I have to go past the capital, and the capital has a encampment right in the way. So basically, I don't know. I don't have a good way to get down there to Call without going through the water, I guess.
Right. Going all the way down the coast.
Yeah, and so I guess I'm going to go for the capital, but my boats can't really attack the capital, so I'm going to have to use my boats, I guess, to attack the encampment, and only the encampment, because the city's too far away. So basically, I still have sort of wasted my battleships, but
As soon as I get an aerodrome built in Athens, I'll start moving some aircraft carriers down. Also, since I'm pretty new to the streaming thing, but I just got my first $5 tip out of it. That was amazing. First $5.
cool. What I was asking earlier is like, I didn't know if you were trying to come up with like, I don't know what the hook would be, but like, seems to me like if there was a game that had levels or something, like somebody, like a hook might be that you choose a game and you start streaming it, teach them how to play the game or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If for the most part, that sort of thing usually isn't like live. Most of those videos online are recorded, like the how-to. That way the person can go back and edit, and then they can make sure that they're given the directions they want. But for live streaming, it depends. I just spent, I don't know how long, I wasn't paying attention. I just spent quite a while socializing with this person that they just randomly dropped in, and we talked about Civilization and the type of games that they play, and other games too, but mostly Civ. And my idea has kind of been, I don't want to do the popular games because I hate what's popular right now. But being open to suggestions is a good idea to me. It's most of the people who make recommendations for streaming don't want you to be open to suggestions. You want to have your own one or two that you play, because the people that come for those one or two will keep coming back. But I kind of think it would be a good idea to let people kind of guide you on what games to play or what to try, maybe next time, or maybe spend a week on it or something like that. There's no end to the possibility.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was saying. Like, maybe the hook could be like, they vote on your next game, and then you thoroughly explore it or something. Or, I mean, I don't want to destroy it after.
That's one thing I considered. A lot of people do like giveaways of stuff. They'll invest some money into t-shirts and whatever and be like, okay, well, do this, this, and this, and I'll enter you in a drawing. So my thing was, well, why not let the giveaway be the option to choose what game to play, what to stream. I actually did a really scary one not all that long ago, because somebody out there likes everything that's out there. So there are people that like scary games, and to watch people get scared by scary games. And surprisingly enough, there are people that like watching Civilization too. But for the most part, it's just been socializing with people.
Yeah. Well, I know in the woodworking with YouTube, I've seen a lot of like newcomers watch a pretty good popular one, get to be friends with that one, and just that one will just like mention them, like, hey, go check them out, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of just give them a little recognition. And then all of a sudden, that new one will bump up, you know, 1,000 followers or something.
That's exactly right. The people that watch, or the people that you watch, kind of making a network out of it. If somebody that you really like recommends somebody else, they're probably worth looking at.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for woodworking, I mean, I follow probably like 30 different ones, you know?
Yeah.
Watch just about everything that they put out, unless it's, I don't like to watch CNC stuff, but to me that's not woodworking, but, you know, I mean, it's just the machines. Hey, I mean, I see that stuff at work.
Yeah.
Press the main nut, and they cut it with a CNC machine and made out of wood. That's not woodworking. That's just machine.
If anything, that's interesting because of programming.
Yeah. So, I mean, but that's how I pretty much watched. There's been a few that I've searched and found myself. Most of them I'll just watch, and whenever I like them, I'll follow them, and then eventually they'll mention one, and usually if they're mentioned, it's probably similar to what I like, because they're what I like, so I'll follow, or I'll go check it out.
That's actually how I found the person that I like to watch for Destiny 2 was a recommended video from somebody on YouTube that I watched before that, and this guy presented it better and communicated it a little better, so I stuck with him instead.
Yeah, now a lot of the ones I watch, you know, they do Patreon, they do Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do.
And anymore, all that stuff is so easy to connect together that if it's something you want to do, you should do it that way too.
Yeah.
Because it's just
take a little bit off of one, a little bit off another.
Yeah. The
And Patreon, you know.
the
are you back?
Oh, I forgot he said he was going away.
Yeah, I guess he's back here.
One of my high school friends actually does this streaming too, and he almost exclusively plays Call of Duty, and that's the sort of thing I don't like, the battle royale games like Fortnite. But the people he plays with and him, they've gotten pretty good at it. So he's gotten a pretty good following out of it. They get first place. I don't know if it's every time, but they get it at least often. And he also, I think is, I think he's still trying to be a rapper, so he does that too on his stream. And he hit, I can't remember what the number was. He hit several hundred followers the other day, like 700 maybe, just by putting a little time into it.
And that's what I was saying. It's like, you know, I think you ought to come up with certain niches. Like in that case, you said his niche is he doesn't start a gang, right? And that's a niche, right? Or a certain.
Yeah.
But yeah, because the thing is, if somebody can't say like what it is about your channel that they're following, like whatever your niche is, then they're not going to share that with somebody. Like, oh yeah, then you need to go look at this one, you know.
Yeah.
You know, there's got to be some kind of thing that they like. Oh yeah, I like him because blah blah blah. And it could be more than one thing. But like, for instance, I know like some of the woodworkers, some of their niches are. One of them is like once a quarter they do a giveaway.
Yep.
Right? And I'm talking about, you know, like goods. And the goods are donated by sponsors, but still, you know.
Yep.
So that's one of the things.
That's
one of their niches.
That's what the biggest majority of them do.
Yeah. And another one is like I'll tell you what. And again, I'm not. This is woodworking. I know so it could be different, but you might find a niche like this. One of them that I really like following once a week or not. Yeah, it is once a week. He used to do this. He doesn't do it now, but he used to say once a week on, I don't remember if it was Tuesdays or what, he actually showed people that had sent pictures in to him. So he didn't show his stuff. He dedicated that day of the week to show other people's, like his followers' stuff. Like,
yeah, and that's a good idea.
Yeah, it really was. So I'm trying to mention it to you because it's like people wanted to get their stuff shown, you know. And so on Tuesdays, I think it was, I don't know, he had a name for it, whatever, you know, like Turnaround Tuesday or something, you know. And he's like, okay, so all week long, and the thing is, you know, you get paid extra by Google or YouTube or whatever if you have interaction like comments and stuff.
Yeah, you have to maintain an average viewership.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if they're commenting, it shows that they're interactive. Like, it's not just so many views, but it's better than views because if they comment on it, you know, they're interactive with you. You know what I mean? So I think you get paid more for your advertisement, I think, than if you just had X number of views. You know what I mean?
I would say it's that way for YouTube, but Twitch, they really only care about the people that are watching and how long they're watching on average. But for YouTube, yeah, I think so because that means people are coming back or other people are coming to it to look.
Yeah, well, like, and it also means like the advertisement was watched because people were literally watching, right? So it's not just like 1,000 views, but it's 1,000 views plus 100 comments. You get paid more than if you just had 1,000 views.
Yeah.
You know, because the 100 comments shows they were interactive. So a lot of the woodworkers then, you know, they'll do things like, I'm going to take a vote this week on one of these 3 projects will be what I do next week. Well, they'll get, you know, 1,000 comments comments, that's just a vote.
Yeah.
Those comments get them a lot more money because it's an interaction. You know, or that guy that I was telling you about, it's where every Tuesday he shows what they send him. Well, he said you have to send it through YouTube. You know, you have to comment through YouTube or something. I can't remember. Click the link here in the video. If you just email it to me, I may not show it because And he said because YouTube pays me for people to comment, right? So.
Yep.
So anyway, so he was using that to get people to comment, to tell them, to show pictures of what they made. So anyway, I mean, yeah. Just sharing some of the things I've seen.
Yeah.
A lot of them have different channels too. One for like just talking, and one for showing the building, and that way they keep their viewers interested, and they can also see who really wants to see what.
Yeah. That sort of thing is how they narrow down their ad targeting. Because it's as easy as picking an age group and a location, but for them, they want people to actually click on it.
Tony, are you not back yet?
I guess not.
It's not. Most of the woodworkers, like I said, they're doing Patreon as well, and offer the Patreon members, like more detailed videos than what they show. I don't really participate in those, but
Yeah, that's something I never really went for myself. Because I can easily find exactly the same thing somewhere else.
yeah, exactly. But I do see their point. There are some of the 30 or 40 or however many I'm subscribed to. Honestly, there's about 5 of them that I love everything.
Yeah.
And so I wish they would do more videos. So I guess I should think about that. If I was a Patreon member, I mean, it could just be a few dollars. $5 a month or something.
Yeah.
But I guess that would get me into their, like, they offer plans to their Patreon members for free. Some of them offer more detailed videos. They just offer some different stuff.
A lot of the things I've seen and people that have had recommendations, they say if you put the time into it, you'll get there. And that's the majority of it, is actually putting time in it. Streaming once a week isn't going to cut it. Most streamers actually work 6 or 7 days a week in order to make it. And it usually takes about 2 years of being out in the open. 2 years, if one person tells one other person each week, then that's a pretty hefty amount of people in 2 years, and by then you should be established. Unless you have a really large Facebook following or some sort of social media where other people will help you out by sharing it first. Like the top recommendation is get your family to share it, because the people they have are different than the people you have, and they might be interested, as a place to start. I have a coworker, and I think actually probably about 50% of the world is this way. He watches Twitch a lot, and he only follows a few people. There's a few that are just really good at the game they play, and that's pretty good. That's fine. Um, but those people are like globally good. They win at Blizzard. They win the global whatever competition. Blizzard hosts like 10 competitions, so they win that. It's that kind of person. That's how good they are. But he follows a couple of them and doesn't even care what game they play, just because. I know one of them is just because it's a girl, and that's probably the case for a lot of them actually. Just because it's a girl, he follows and watches whatever game they're playing, and then there's a couple that are interesting personalities, and they actually interact with the people that are visiting, which a lot of them don't do. A lot of them don't do that. Most of them just slap an ad or something, or a link or whatever in their YouTube video, and they don't actually do live videos. I actually saw one not long ago. I read the article before I saw the video. But what they did was they set up their, I think it was a Switch, maybe? Nintendo Switch. And you can, I don't know how it works or how you do it, but you can give access to your viewers to the controller for the game. So this guy was playing like a Legend of Zelda game, and everybody who was watching had access to his controller and could play also. So the entire world, however many thousands of people were involved in it, beat this game together. And that's got to be difficult because everybody's making different moves at the same time, and I don't know what, but they beat it. They actually did beat it, and it got Forbes magazine coverage, which was pretty impressive, I think. Well, he's gone. I'm gonna go to my other screen here.
Are you back on me? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Just still waiting on a friend.
Yeah.
There it goes. Thought I heard you come in. There we go.
Trade route plundered. Yeah, Lady Six Guy's not happy.
He's got barbarians around her capital now.
Oh, she must be low on amenities.
Yeah, I took El Mirador, and then now the barbarians popped up around her capital.
Well, that'll help us in the long run.
Yeah, sure. Had them pop up around Oaks Mall earlier. I'll tell you what, those goddamn recognized entries about one of the strongest units there is.
They're really strong. I mean, for what they are, they are.
I've attacked that one with 2 or 3 different units, including one tank, and it still got like 2% strength.
Yeah.
I haven't even killed it yet. Something there with your cartridge and half to.
Same here, unfortunately.
Yeah. Actually, had some times. I think I've lost about one every turn, I think.
I think that's about where I'm at too, about one a turn.
Yeah, the good news for us is fighting those barbarians pretty hard, too.
Yeah, and they're strong too. The strength of the barbarians, it'll at least keep her busy if nothing else. Yeah.
Yeah, and I gotta get battleships upgraded to carriers or something because they're just getting big, like step children. I mean, they're not doing much damage at all.
Right. My modern armor's not doing that much damage either.
Yeah. I think the modern armor would, but my tanks are not. I think the modern armor would be pretty good.
I thought so too.
My bombers are doing pretty good. Jet bombers are pretty effective. That's the only thing I've got that's actually pretty effective. Minus 75 defense on that hit. Minus 86, exactly. too. So yeah, the bombers, looks like the bombers is the only thing I've got that's really doing anything special against her.
As soon as my aerodrome's done in Athens, I'll be able to do it too.
That was one of my units every turn.
Yeah.
You win in any of those battles yet, Tony? You got any of those cities?
I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm about to do, but at least you can have starting to look a little better.
Yeah.
But you got, I guess I'm not understanding how this anti-air gun works. If I put it close to the city, she'll heat up.
No, you put it close to the target of her air. So, like, if she's attacking you with air, it's just a defensive thing. Like, just leave it close to whatever you think she, like, if she's attacking a tank with air, if you have that next to the tank, then it'll defend it.
Oh, that's something I didn't know.
Yeah, and if she's attacking your city, they put it in the city or next to the city. You know, it's just sort of it's just like a placement kind of thing.
Okay.
At least that's the way I remember it. Oh yeah, the bombers play the trick.
just started the research for a nuclear device. Oh, that's good placement. Oh, did you just take that city?
Which one? Kurikua?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I started to say that's really good placement. It's kind of blocking her out, but I get it now.
I was doing it because I can't move my units, you know.
Right.
Down from the north, where all my cities are, except by coming right through there. So I thought I'd go ahead and take that one and then try and work on that Zappa. That way I can push down into the capital.
Yeah.
One thing I'm doing with that capital is pounding on the encampment with my battleships, and that's not even doing much. It's like -1 health.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They're not really doing much of anything. Instead of I might be able to get one from her in the next turn. I just took that one, but I'm losing units too, so I guess now I'm going to have to take some more turns and then maybe some tanks, I guess. I'm not sure if I have enough. No, I don't even have enough to buy a tank. I can't build a tank yet. I can't build a modern armor yet. I can build a tank. Skylar's got modern armor.
Yeah. It requires uranium for that.
Yeah.
It's alright. Let me get these nuclear devices and we'll start blowing her up.
There's like a couple of things you have to research it, and then I think you have to build the Manhattan Project.
Yep, you have to build the device and maintain it, and the wonder thing, the building, and all of the research. I got 5 turns until the Manhattan Project is available.
And then there's bombs and rockets. There's different ones.
Yep. She's wearing my armor out.
Artillery in a bunch of ships though.
Yeah, for the amenities.
Oh, is that what you got?
Yeah. Get plus amenities for garrisoned units.
Yeah. What I was going to say was you might be able to combine those into like an army, whatever, 3 of them or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the attacker. I don't know, she's pretty strong. Yes, she is. The only thing I've got that does anything is the bombers. This turn I need to buy another tank. I think I only have one tank on red, one tank on yellow, and that's all the tanks I got left.
Yeah.
under. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Get it. I got it. When I keep pounding on the city long enough to use, I might use a bomber on this guy got back into the industry. That's not just tough. That infantry is very tough. Matter of fact, one bomber didn't even like trounce it. It put a little damage in it, but that infantry is tough. Let that come over there now. Yeah. Alright. Get down your thing. You're gonna die. have the ability to change my government. Fascism and communism better than democracy when it comes to fighting.
Oh yeah.
Most combat units gain plus 5 combat. Which one should I do? Fascism or communism? I mean, the problem, what happens is, it doesn't really give us like a whole lot of information about it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
When you're sitting there like about to select it, they don't really give you a whole lot of information.
Really, fascism looks better because you get the extra military card over communism, plus combat strength and unit production.
But communism gives you 3 of the economic though, right?
The yellow ones, yeah.
Yeah, see what I mean? So that's why it makes me wonder, you know?
So,
Not able to keep some money.
so I think the trick would be to look at your economic policies and see if you could part with the 2 extra or what you've got, or if you want to keep the balance. Like the extra money is going to make up that 10% production difference if you can buy the units. So communism might be the better way because it's more balanced.
Yeah, it is more balanced. But you know, on unit production though, fascism has a 20%, democracy has 30% on district projects, which that's not helping me at all, right? But
Right.
so I'm going to lose a lot of money, I think, if I get away from democracy. But I think at this point we're just fighting it out, right? So
Yeah, we're just burning the last turns.
yeah. So I think I'm gonna. Communism's 10% bonus on all production. Fascism's 20% bonus on unit production. So I think I'm going to go with fascism. He's got 2 less economic, but he's got 1 more wild card. So you know, I could use it as an economic, I guess.
Yep.
So, it's going to hurt. I know it's going to hurt my money, and I like money so much. Don't we all?
Yeah.
So it's gonna hurt. Actually, I gotta take a good look. Thanks for the tip for that anti-air gun. I was getting pretty pissed off that it wasn't working.
I would have been in the same boat.
I'm like, I'm putting it right by the but it's per unit or per area. Then it really doesn't have an attack range of 1, 0. Well, I think it defends like a radius of 1 around it or something. What it does against it, my jet fighter.
That's what I'm struggling against is the jets.
Yeah, that's what really took out my unit, not her ability. She had jets and agility as far as me, and that's what hurt me. So, I'm just about done. I'm just trying to pick my policies now that I don't have many of them to say anything about money.
costing me about 150 to 200 per turn in money. Yay.
Dang.
200. Yeah. I should have stuck with first.
On the next turn, you can change it back, but I think it costs gold to.
It does. Yeah, I think it depends on how long you've had it. I think it'll cost. I think the penalty is, worse. Like it lessens over time.
Yeah.
It's down to 0. So, I think it would cost you quite a bit on the next turn. Might be wrong. But maybe it'll pan out on the fighting or something. I don't know. We'll see. I hate that it costs me all that money just because that's my normal. Like I know how to play where I'm earning money. You know what I mean? This has got me down to 486 money. I was at something like 650 or something. Oh, here's some thumbs. I mean, they attacked that airgun, that anti-airgun, but it's dead near dead. Well, was it fortified? I mean, for what was it just moved into place or what? Well, it wasn't fortified. I don't know if you can fortify them or not. I can't remember. But here's the good thing about those, though. You set 2 or 3 of those out there, she's attacking them, and not your cities and stuff, right? True. Pretty much every unit that I have set next to her city, except for one, and that one wouldn't kill me. So even though I'm bombing them, I don't have any units to take it over because it's killing me.
Right. I wasn't having much luck over there where I was at, so I'm moving towards Izapa to assist.
That's the one that's the one I'm pounding on it with my bombers now, but I only have one unit left at the moment. But I got a tank, just a little cartridge coming, but what if I could buy another one? Well, we got plenty of bombers for the attacking, but it's the other units that I can't buy them fast enough for her to
Yeah.
kill them. But the good news is she's attacking with her jet fighters, so that means they're not defending against my bombers.
Yep.
They can't do both.
Yep, that's right.
So my bombers are not taking any damage from her jet fighter because she's using her jet fighters to attack my ground units. Kind of bad acquisition. Yeah, it is. But that's good for me. Yeah.
with a rocket on their shoulder.
Yeah. RPG.
Yeah. My battleships just ain't doing squat against that encampment. Like -3 health.
Can you upgrade them to the destroyer? Yeah.
No, destroyer's melee. I'm waiting.
Ah.
I have to research 4 things, or one more plus the one that I'm currently researching, before I can upgrade them to cruisers.
Okay.
Cruisers are the toughest ranged naval. And you need advanced rocketry, and that actually upgrades the artillery to rocket artillery, and that's pretty darn tough also. Get the rocketry and upgrade your artillery, it's well worth taking them out. See, killed my last. Our alliance. Yeah. Ran away from. That's my bad now. Home city is. She made suzerain with the first one that I made suzerain. I've had that suzerain for the whole game.
Until now.
Yeah. Alright, he made me mad now. I've got that city. I mean, this time, I think. It's better than my bomber. Oh yeah, that bomber. Nice.
going for the capital next?
You tell me. What do you wanna try and do you wanna try and hit Oak Small again, since it's right there next to Carthage, and I'll use my bombers?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. That probably makes the most sense, and just work our way down. I did hit them once in the capital, I wasn't thinking, but honestly, it probably makes a lot more sense. Just go ahead. You do the land, I'll do the air, and then you can take it for Up Small.
Okay.
Because I just don't have good range on their capital right now. Not until I upgrade those ships.
Yeah.
Places. I don't know if that was a good move for me with communism. Not sure. Four, actually, because there were 3 inside of 1. Yeah, that's why sometimes, not most of the time, but sometimes it's actually better not to combine them. Then, they can only attack 1 unit at a time. Yeah. Of course, the unit's weaker. So, that. Moving your land units up here to Oak Small, right?
Yeah.
see now. I can't move across. All of a sudden, I guess our alliance quit, and I can't move across here.
Oh.
Let it derailed all of my units. There we go. I just proposed it again.
Well, I clicked it, but it just disappeared.
We both did it. I lose a tank every day. Whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and move those land units up there next to the city. It actually makes, I think it makes the air stronger, I think, the effect.
Oh, okay.
They have barbarians down there on the southern tip too, so it's definitely making a little bit of a beat from those barbarians. That's good for us.
It absolutely is. I seen a barbarian settler roaming around through there a minute ago.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's the only thing bad about working at home. Start super early. Wish it was a little cheaper, but I'm down to 352. Now it's at 1400.
Yeah.
1148. She just I was out. We really hurt her right now.
Oh yeah. That and the barbarians.
Yeah. Got barbarians that came up around the El Mirador. The one that I captured. Yeah, I've been bombing that post mall, but since you didn't have your units up there, it just don't seem like it makes them have as much effect. Like, you know, when you surround the city, it's got no red heart next to it, and it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that bombers have more effect. Now I gotta use my bombers to get rid of these dead black barbarians. at the end of my turn. You said you wanted to quit. Yeah.
I'm at the end of mine. So Uxmal will be our first target next time.
I can play. I can probably play tomorrow, and I definitely play Sunday night. Yeah. Okay. I don't know about y'all. Yeah.
I'm not sure yet, but just let me know and we'll find out.
All right. All right. I'll catch y'all later then.
All right. See ya.
See ya.
Ugh. This is the 14th, and that game's been going on since the 5th of August. That's where we'll call it quits.